Hello people, this is Eric Cobra.
And Rana Naraja.
And Warlord 1.
And Kaimehameha.
And this is Let's Play Lone Wolf Blind. Specifically, Lone Wolf, the Death Lord of Ixia. Last time we were fighting the Kajada and got stabbed pretty bad.
Yeah. They had halberds, if I'm not mistaken.
Tridents, actually.
Tridents. Oh yeah, tridents. Ow.
So yeah. So now you're fighting the Kajada, so you're full health again, and if you wish to use the Summer Sword or any of the other things you can pull off, you just say so. Do remember, you have more options than just rolling the die every combat turn.
Yes.
And I think the game expects you to use them. It kind of seems like it does.
Maybe you could try using magic.
Yeah, let's try that.
Let's see, what kind of magic spells we have at our disposal?
Well, yeah, but those only come up from time to time. The only thing you can choose when you want to use is the Kai Search, the Kai Blast, any inventory items, or the Summer Sword.
And it was the Kai Search they were immune to.
No, they were immune to everything but Kai Search and Kai Blast. Kai
I can't
Search
remember the difference between those two.
Kai Search gives you more combat skill but costs life every turn. Kai Blast is basically the Kaimehameha. It does 2 dice of damage, so that gives a wide range of damage, and also costs life. And then there's the Summer Sword, which you already know why that would be a not good idea.
Yes.
Well, then let's try blasting them with a Kaimehameha.
Yeah.
Mind Blast.
Right, okay, so Rana, could you look up how many life points that cost? It should be in the notes.
Let me see. It was the one that took life. Let me see.
Yeah, it's an upgrade to Kai Search. So it should be there.
Let me see. Update of Kai Search. It would be 4 endurance it costs, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. So you still have to roll the die to see how much damage your enemy does, given air. So that's what we'll do first. You roll the die once to see how much damage the enemy does.
2.
Okay. So while you're standing there gathering energy, how much is your combat skill, by the way?
Would that be the base or the total combat skill?
The total combat skill minus the Summer Sword, minus the psychic thingy that you can always have on.
The size search thing?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see. Then I need your help with the mathematics. What is 51 minus 6 minus 8?
37.
Okay, 37. 37. I should not even have corrected that because that is when we need to. Now we have 37 combat skill in total.
Right. So, and you rolled a 2.
Yeah.
So while you stand gathering energy, the enemy runs up and jabs you in the face with one of the tridents. You are dead.
Wow.
Let's try that again.
That was the 33rd time I died.
Yep. Rana, note down, got jabbed in the face with trident.
Got jabbed in the face with trident due to DBC time. Because I think that sort of fits.
Right. Okay, try again.
Fine.
Right, so the enemy charges up and stabs at you, but you manage to dodge almost completely out of the way and only sustain 3 points of damage. And then roll the die twice to see how much damage your Kai Blast does.
18.
18. Wow. So, Rana, you just deduct the points the Kai Blast does, right?
Yeah, let me see. I got a little confused because things were escalating a little too quickly. I only just managed to say how many times we died, so yeah, you said what again?
Okay, first you lost 3 life from being jabbed. Now you also lose life from using the Kai Blast, which you should have jumped
I
on.
already took that into consideration. I already minus the 4 health points.
Okay.
Let's minus the 3.
Right. So, you unleash a mighty roar and then a mighty blast of power that utterly vaporizes one of the 3 Kajada. The others stare at the smoking spot of soot on the floor before they come running towards you again. What do you wish to do?
I punch him in the face.
Right.
So I roll the die for that. form, it didn't go so well.
I think we hit some part of it that was armored.
Right, so the freaking jab just charge straight into you and jab you in several times over before you can even get a hit off. In fact, you don't get a hit off. You just get hit a lot. So yeah, you lose 8 endurance points.
Wow. That means we're actually down to 30 health.
Yeah, should we try another blast?
Yeah,
Sure.
let's have a blast. Let's have a blast.
Okay, so
That
first I
means-
roll for what they do in damage.
Yep.
5.
Right. They rush you and jab you several times over. You're pretty sure they almost hit a vital organ in that jab combo. You lose 7 endurance points.
Okay, now we're down to 19, and this is getting ridiculous.
Yeah. 12.
Wow. Another powerful blast eradicates the upper body of one of the Kajada. You're now just you and one opponent left.
It'd be so easy to just draw the sword and slice and dice, but we can't do that.
You can. It's
One
just
more time for Prince Knud. Let's blast the last one.
right.
The first, as for how much damage he does, is 10.
Right. You dodge backwards and does do a pretty salto in the air to avoid his sharp weapon. You take no damage.
Yeah. And we do 12 damage.
Right. You unleash a powerful blast that sends smoking bits of undead flesh flying across the room. You have won.
And we came out with, you know, in this battle combined with the damage we took ourselves and the damage that our enemies dealt, we actually lost, oh, I don't know, 30 health?
Did you remember to put the 2 health potions back in? You took...
No, because you didn't use the health potions in this combat. So they don't get returned to you.
Oh, fair enough.
You only had the combat potion left.
Oh, okay. Then let's get moving.
I assume
Yeah.
you're saving that for the Deathlord himself or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
The bodies of the ghastly creatures undergo a swift and gruesome transformation upon the instant you deal them the coup de grace. Their torsos implode with dramatic effect, and they barely have time to cry out in agony as their twisted remains hit the floor and crumble to dust. You see
Coup de grace?
coup de grace.
Death stroke.
Ah, okay. It sounded like...
No, not the DC character.
No, it sounded like something made from goose liver.
It's French.
Oh.
It basically means the killing blow.
Ah, okay.
You sheathe your weapon and step away from the foul-smelling mounds of dust. Then you hurry out of this black-floored chamber by a short passage which leads into an adjoining hall. This vaulted oblong-shaped hall is illuminated by flickerings of electrical fire, which arc between 2 freestanding pillars at the far end of the chamber. Beyond the pillar, you can make out the shadowy entrance to another chamber. It is the only other exit from this hall. Did you try to say something?
That was just electrical fire, so which is it?
Both!
Yeah, I heard.
Well,
yeah,
then you
that's-
shouldn't try to put it out with water.
You realize at once that to pass between the pillars could prove to be fatal. The power arcing between them is as great as the lightning storm which is raging in the skies above Sogon. Yet there may be a way of avoiding contact with this raw power. You notice that the 2 freestanding pillars do not go all the way to the ceiling. There is a gap a little over 2 feet wide above them. Do you wish to attempt to climb one of the pillars and squeeze through the gap in order to reach the adjoining hall? Or to throw caution to the wind and run between the pillars?
Wow. The fact that we even get a second option, but I would go for the first.
Yeah, let's be a little careful when dealing with Dark Lords or wherever.
You move close to the base of the right-hand pillar and take hold of the smooth surface with both hands. Then, aided by your natural agility, you begin to climb towards the narrow gap between the top of the pillar and the ceiling. The ascent is difficult, made even more so by the fierce energy of electrical arcing. Its radiant power blisters the exposed flesh on the back of your hand, and down the left side of your face, you lose 5 endurance points.
Wow.
You
I
rely
get
on...
the feeling.
Yeah, get 1, lose 5. Yay, us.
Yeah. I'm probably assuming that climbing over is the less gambling route, but you do take damage no matter what, whereas running through it is more of a risk, but you probably risk taking no damage at all. That's what I would assume. You rely on your natural agility to descend from the top of the pillar. You achieve the task swiftly, yet you continue at close proximity to the deadly electrical rays take its toll, lose 3 endurance points.
Wow.
The moment your feet touch the cold black floor, you hurry away towards the shadowy exit, eager to distance yourself from the debilitating power that is arcing between the pillars.
This place is fucking lethal. I get the feeling if we even sneeze here, something is going to damage us.
A sense of unease makes you slow your hurried pace as you approach the shadowy opening. The low humming noise, which has been a constant presence ever since you first entered the Crystal Spire, is almost unbearable now. Were it not for your natural Kai defenses, your hearing would have suffered permanent damage the moment you passed beyond the 2 pillars. Beyond the opening lies a grand, yet sinister chamber. Peering into its gloomy recesses, you observe that this chamber was constructed with great skill and care in some distant age. But it is not the rich decoration which holds your attention. It is the whirling circular vortex which hangs on the far wall like some nightmarish living merle. Your pulse quickens when you look into its spinning core, for you recognize immediately that it is a shadow gate, an astral doorway to another plane of existence. Your Kai senses quickly becomes attuned to the powerful psychic residue which lingers in this chamber. You notice that several empty coffins lie scattered about the floor, and when you focus upon them, chilling dreamlike images form in your mind's eye. You see the accursed death staff emerging from the shadow gate. It spins end over end and impacts against the heavy stone lid of a coffin, breaking it in two. Its evil power feeds unlife into the moldering remains of the Ixian elder lying within, and driven by this ungodly energy, the remains rise from their stony tomb. The resurrected Ixian bears the death staff to the highest chamber of the Crystal Spire, where, imprisoned in a cage of light fashioned by the Elder Magi, stands Death Lord Ixia Toga. The Ixian pushes the death staff through the wall of this shimmering prison, and, with a crackling flash, the cage of light vanishes. Freed from the magical prison which has kept him secure for thousands of years, Death Lord Ixia Toga takes the death staff and howls with manic, is it manic?
Manic, maybe.
Could be.
Manic,
Glee, as he
manical-
rejoices in his fateful escape. And there's a picture of that.
Okay, let's have it then.
Actually, a bit of a cartoon. No, not cartoon. Comic.
Comic.
Yeah, a little comic, in fact. Be right back. So here is what happened.
The fuck am I looking at?
Well, if you look at the leftmost picture, you can see the Death Staff being blown out of the portal and then bouncing over the floor like a ball. Then it pierces the coffin in the lowermost left picture. Then it animates the skeleton, as seen in the middle picture. Then, in the topmost right picture, you can see him jamming his rod through the prison of light. And then there's the Ixia Toga animating and howling with glee.
Yeah, I have to say, this comic is a bit more confusing than any manga that I have read, so yeah.
Yeah, it could use a better layout.
But then again, yeah, the whole Death Lord, Ixia Toga, or whatever the hell it is.
That's
looks pretty
his
damn-
name.